Welcome back to another video with PulseFeed 360. We have a very hot gist that is already flooding the town. You do not want to miss this. Let's get right into it, my people. When the clock struck midnight on December 25, 2025, thousands of people across West Africa weren't just waiting for Christmas morning. They were waiting for the end of the world. Led by the charismatic but controversial Prophet Eboh Noah, often dubbed Ghana's Noah, devoted followers had spent months preparing for a catastrophic flood that he claimed would wipe humanity off the map. There was only one catch: survival cost a premium. Today, the Ark of Noah sits not on rising tides, but in the middle of a massive fraud investigation that has left the Ghanaian Christian community reeling and the reputation of men of God under intense fire. Prophet Eboh Noah didn't just preach fire and brimstone. He preached a very specific, waterlogged doom. Claiming a divine revelation, he convinced his congregation and thousands of social media followers that a global destruction would begin on Christmas Day. According to his vision, the only safe haven was a massive ark he was building in Ghana. But salvation wasn't free. To secure a spot on the boat, followers were allegedly instructed to pay a contribution fee that ranged from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Desperate families sold their lands, emptied their life savings, and abandoned their homes, believing that money was useless in a world that was about to drown. As the sun rose on December 25, the world remained dry. There was no rain, no rising oceans, and certainly no apocalypse. Instead of a global flood, there was only a flood of angry, confused, and heartbroken people. Before the deadline, viral videos showed thousands of people literally flooding into the Ark site, carrying bags and bedding, eyes filled with a terrifying mix of hope and fear. However, as the day progressed under clear, sunny skies, the mood shifted. New footage captured the heartbreaking scene of these same crowds flooding away from the Ark, heads bowed, shoulders slumped, and voices raised in disbelief. Watch the video briefly below to see the sheer scale of the CHA. When the deadline passed, the Ark was revealed for what it truly was: an unfinished structural skeleton that looked nothing like the biblical vessel of salvation. As news broke that the prophecy had failed, the outrage shifted from the skies to the prophet's garage. Reports surfaced, and were quickly picked up by outlets like Black Enterprise and Punch News, that while followers were starving themselves to pay for their boarding passes, Prophet Eboh Noah was living in luxury. Perhaps the most stinging detail for his victims was the allegation that the prophet had used a significant portion of the Ark fees to purchase a brand new Mercedes-Benz worth approximately $89,000. For a man preaching the end of all material things, his taste in luxury cars seemed to contradict his own message of doom. What taste the man has by the... Wait, this isn't just a story about a failed prediction. It is a cultural earthquake for West African Christianity and the global Christians at large. In Ghana and Nigeria, where the influence of prophetic ministries is massive, the Eboh Noah scandal has triggered a wave of cynicism. Critics are now asking, when does faith become a financial liability? The sight of a man of God allegedly profiting from the fear of a disaster that never came has pushed many young Africans toward deconstruction, a movement where they question or leave organized religion entirely. The general public view of pastors has shifted from spiritual fathers to business moguls, and the Eboh Noah case is now the exhibit for everyone who believes that modern prophecy is nothing more than a sophisticated scam. The prophet's attempt to explain away the failure, claiming that mercy was shown or that he interceded with God to grant more time to build more arks, has fallen on deaf ears. Law enforcement agencies have been inundated with petitions from victims demanding their money back. However, the legal path is messy. Because many of these payments were framed as donations or seeds of faith, getting the money back from a man who has already spent it on luxury assets is a nightmare. The Eboh Noah saga shows again and again the power of manipulation and fear. In a region where people are looking for hope amidst economic hardship, many become easy prey for anyone claiming to have a direct line to God. For the victims, the flood did eventually come, but it wasn't water. It was a flood of debt, shame, and the realization that their Noah was actually just a salesman. As the investigation continues, the unfinished ark stands as a monument to one of the most audacious religious frauds in recent history. If you found this investigative report helpful, please subscribe to the PulseFeed 360 channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breaking story. Don't forget to share this with your friends and comment below with your thoughts on the Eboh Noah scandal. Do you think the authorities will be able to recover the victims' money? You can also click on the icon on the right-hand side of the screen to follow and subscribe for more authentic, deep dive news content. Thank you for trusting PulseFeed 360. We will see you in our next video.